Hi friends, welcome to Leela Kids channel. In this video we are going to see 10th standard Social, Civics Unit 1 Indian Constitution, part 1 textbook evaluation and part 2 PTA. Choose the correct answer. இதில் வந்து நீங்கள் இந்த வீடியோவை மறுபடியும் போட்டு பார்க்கறதுனால உங்களுக்கு ஆன்சர்ஸ் மெமரைஸ் ஆகும், எக்ஸாமில் ஃப்ளோ ஈஸியாக இருக்கும். ஆல் த பெஸ்ட் ஃபார் யுவர் பப்ளிக் எக்ஸாமினேஷன். ஸோ வீடியோவை நல்லா ஒரு ஹெட்ஃபோன் போட்டுக்கிட்டு எகெயின் அண்ட் எகெயின் போட்டு கேட்கறதுனால உங்களுக்கு மைண்டில் ரெஜிஸ்டர் ஆகும், எக்ஸாமில் ஃப்ளோ ஈஸியாக இருக்கும். ஆல் த பெஸ்ட் ஃபார் யுவர் பப்ளிக் எக்ஸாமினேஷன். வீடியோவை பார்க்குறீங்க அப்படின்னாக்கா ப்ளீஸ் லைக், ஷேர் அண்ட் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் லீலா கிட்ஸ் சேனல். இப்போ வீடியோவை பார்க்கலாம். Which of the following sequences is right regarding the preamble? First choose the correct answer. A. Republic, democratic, secular, socialistic and sovereign. Republic, democratic, secular, socialist and sovereign. B. Sovereign, socialist, secular, republic and democratic. C. Sovereign, republic, secular, socialist and democratic. D. Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. Answer is D. Sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. How many times has the preamble to the Constitution of India amended? Once, twice, thrice, never. Answer is once. A foreigner can acquire Indian citizenship through descent, registration, naturalization, all of the above. Answer is naturalization. Find the odd one out. Right to equality, right against exploitation, right to property, cultural and educational rights. Answer is right to property. One of the following is not an instance of an exercise of a fundamental right. Workers from Karnataka go to Kerala to work on the farms. Christian missions set up a chain of missionary schools. Men and women government employees got the same salary. Parents' property is inherited by their children. Answer is parents' property is inherited by their children. Which one of the following rights was described by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar as the heart and soul of the Constitution? Right to freedom of religion, right to equality, right to constitutional remedies, right to property, right. Answer is right to constitutional remedies. How can the fundamental rights be suspended? If the Supreme Court so desires, if the Prime Minister orders to this effect, if the President orders it during the national emergency, all of the above. Answer is if the President order it during the national emergency. We borrowed the fundamental duties from the American Constitution, Canadian Constitution, Russian Constitution, Irish Constitution. Answer is C. Russian Constitution. Under which article financial emergency can be proclaimed? Article 352, Article 356, Article 360, Article 368. C. Article 360. Which of the following committees or commissions made recommendations about the center-state relations? Sarkara Commission, Rajamannar Committee, M. and Venkatachalaya Commission. Select the correct answer from the quotes given below. 1, 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 3. Answer is 1 and 2. Fill in the blanks. The concept of constitution first originated in the USA. Sachidananda Sinha was elected as the temporary president of the Constituent Assembly. The Constitution of India was adopted on November 26, 1949. 5 writs are mentioned in Article 32. Fundamental duties have been given to the citizen of India under Article 51A. Match the following. Citizenship Act 1955, the Preamble Jawaharlal Nehru, the Mini Constitution 42nd Amendment, Classical Language Tamil, National Emergency 1962. Give short answers. What is a constitution? A constitution is the fundamental law of a country which reflects the fundamental principles on which the government of that country is based. It is the vehicle of a nation's progress. What is meant by citizenship? The word citizen is derived from the Latin term civics. It means resident of a city or state. Citizenship means the status of being a citizen of country. List out the fundamental rights guaranteed by Indian Constitution. Right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedy. What is a writ? A writ is an order or command issued by a court in writing under its seal. It is in the nature of a command or prohibition from performing certain acts that are specified in the orders of the court. List out the three heads of the relations between the center and the states. Legislative relations, administrative relations, financial relations. What are the classical languages in India? Tamil, Sanskrit, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Odia. What is national emergency? If the president is satisfied that India's security is threatened due to war, external aggression or armed rebellion, or if there is an imminent danger or threat, he declares national emergency. When the national emergency is declared on the ground of war or external aggression, it is known as external emergency. On the other hand, when it is declared on the ground of armed rebellion, it is known as internal emergency. Answer in detail. Explain the salient features of the Constitution of India. It is the lengthiest of all the written constitutions of the world. It has borrowed most of its provisions from the constitutions of various countries. It is a partly rigid and partly flexible. It establishes a federal system of government. It makes India as a secular state. It provides an independent judiciary. It introduces universal adult franchise. The voting right is given to all citizens above the age of 18 without any discrimination. Point out the fundamental rights. There are 6 fundamental rights. They are right to equality, right to religion, right to freedom, cultural and educational rights, right against exploitation, right to constitutional remedies, right to equality, equality before law, prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex or place of birth, equality of opportunity in matters of public employment, abolition of untouchability, right to freedom, freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association, movement, residence and profession, protection of life and property, right to elementary education, protection against arrest and detention in certain cases, right against exploitation, prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor, prohibition of employment of children in factories, right to religion, freedom to profession, practice and prohibition of religion, freedom to manage religious affairs, freedom from payment of taxes for the promotion of any religion. Cultural and educational right, protection of language, script and culture of minorities, right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions, right to constitutional remedies. It allows individuals to seek redressal for the violation of their fundamental rights. Write briefly on the right to constitutional remedy. A writ is an order or command issued by a court in writing under its seal. It is in the nature of a command or prohibition from performing certain acts. Both the Supreme Court and the High Courts are empowered to issue writs such as habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto and certiorari. Types of writs. Habeas corpus safeguards people from illegal arrest. Mandamus, it protects the petitioner who requires legal help to get his work done by respective public authorities. Prohibition, it prohibits a subordinate court from acting beyond its jurisdiction. Certiorari, it quashes an order issued by a subordinate court by overstepping its jurisdiction. Quo warranto, it prevents usurpation of public office through illegal manner. Mention the differences between fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. Fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. It was derived from the Constitution of USA. It was drawn on the model of the Constitution of Ireland. Even the government cannot take away or abridge these rights. These are mere instructions to the government. These are enforceable by the court of law. These are not enforceable in any court. These have legal sanctions. These have moral and political sanctions. These rights strengthen political democracy in the country. The implementation of these principles ensures social and economic democracy. Part 2 PTA additional questions. Choose the correct answer. Article 14 of Indian Constitution ensures equality before law, prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste or sex, equality of opportunity, abolition of titles. Answer is equality before law. Give short answers. Write a note on writ of mandamus. The High Court and Supreme Court have the power to issue writs for the enforcement of fundamental rights. The writ of mandamus protects the petitioner who requires legal help to get his work done by respective public authorities. Write any two fundamental rights: right to equality, equality before law, prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste or sex, equality of opportunity in matter of public employment. Right to freedom, freedom of speech and expression, assembly, association, movement, residence and profession. Answer in detail. List out the fundamental duties of the citizens of India. To abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem, to cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired the national struggle for freedom, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity and integrity of India, to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so, to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood among all the people of India, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture, to develop scientific temper, humanism and the spirit of inquiry and reform, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence, to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, to provide opportunities for education to his child or ward between the age of 6 and 14 years. Please like, share and subscribe Leela Kids channel. Video again and again போட்டு பாருங்க. Answers memorize ஆகும். Examல flow easy-ஆ இருக்கும். All the best for your public examination. We can meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.